Hi, I'm Lilly Keys, celebrity makeup artist, and welcome back to Wedding Bells on Video Jug. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to do this beautiful no makeup bridal supernatural look. Okay, so with the skin prepped and primed, I'm going to start on the foundation now. Today I'm going to be using Chanel Lift Lumiere in shade 30. When I put it on the face, I like to put it in these little strokes just to get the product really into the skin. Right, so we're on to concealer next, and I'm using a NARS concealer today in Honey with my fluffy brush from MAC. If you layer too much concealer around the eyes, it can sit in any lines that you have because your eyes aren't cement, they do move around and makeup will sit in them. So you have to make sure that you really blend around the eyes and don't apply too much product. So for the brows, I'm going to be applying shadow today to make it a bit more natural. First of all, I'm going to be using my clear brow gel from MAC. This is just to make sure the hair's set in place and just to give it a bit of tidy up. So the eyeshadow that I'm going to be using today on the brows is any eyeshadow that you might have that's quite a neutral taupe colour similar to your brows. And today I'm using Hot Stone by Bobbi Brown, which is this one here. So I'm just going in short feathery strokes in the middle of the brow, not making this any bigger or much darker, but it's just to give slight more definition to the brows. So for the mascara for this supernatural look today, I'm using Estee Lauder Sumptuous Waterproof Mascara. This is bold volume and lifting mascara, and I'm using brown. This is obviously for a really lovely natural effect. Want to make sure there's no clumps because this is a supernatural look today. Okay, so I'm going to be doing the bottom lashes as well, also in the brown waterproof mascara, just to give it a really pretty effect but still staying supernatural. So for the eyes, I'm going to be using my Bobbi Brown palette today. You can buy all of these individually, and I'm using this light colour at first called Flesh. I'm going to be using my fluffy eyeshadow brush for this. I find it's always really good to start with the lighter colour first when you're doing your eye makeup. So I'm just bringing it along the lash line and up to the socket line. From the same palette, I'm now going to be using a colour called Cement, which is one of my favourite colours from Bobbi Brown. Using my smaller angled eyeshadow brush for this, I'm just placing the colour along the top of the lash line and slightly in the outer crease of the eyelid. I'm going to start on the eyeliner now. For the natural look, I'm going to be actually using a brown eyeliner, gel liner by Collection, and my eyeliner brush from Mascara, which is a very small angled brush. Because this is a supernatural look, I'm going to be doing a very thin line. I'm basically just resting the brush on top of the lashes, and then I get a really good line. To highlight the cheekbones, I'm going to be using this bronzer colour from MAC. It's called Harmony. So I'm just applying it in slight circular motions underneath the cheekbones. We also take the colour slightly around the temples and on top of the forehead, concentrating most of the colour under the cheekbones. So now for the blush, I'm going to be using this beautiful colour called Bordeaux by MAC. I'm just going to be applying this on the apples of the cheeks. So I think that you need enough makeup to come through on the pictures with the flash, and this is the amount of makeup that I would do for a supernatural look. So onto the lips now, and I'm going back to my Bobbi Brown palette for this. I'm going to be using a colour called Beige, it's number 2, and you can get any of these colours individually at Bobbi Brown. I'm trying to match Dawa's lip colour as close as possible for this supernatural look. So whatever your natural lip colour is, I would try and match that to your lipstick. So to set the makeup, I'm going to be using my NARS powder. This is translucent in crystal. Don't go too heavy-handed on the powder because it can be aging, so just apply it when necessary. Usually I find along the T-zone, so along the forehead here, down the side of the nose, There you have it guys, the completed look for today. If you like this video, then please give me a big thumbs up and subscribe to Video Jug Beauty. If you guys would like me to do a particular look next week, then please pop a comment in the box below. I'll see you guys next week. Bye!